So, going around New York and doing a media tour for the show that I saved, The Ultimate Fighter, The Ultimate Chael is what they're attempting to rename it. But before we get to that, as I'm going from location to location, now I'm going to name drop for you, but I've been out to the New York Post, I've been on a set of ESPN, headed out to meet with Dave Portnoy right as we speak. But everywhere I go, and I'm with Daniel. So, but they keep asking about Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, and everybody that has asked the question has prefaced it from a standpoint that Jon Jones is holding this fight up and that he is refusing to fight Tom Aspinall. Now, that may well be the truth. I'm just here to bring to you guys, we don't have that evidence. I mean, we do not have that evidence. Let me tell you what we have evidence of. Jon Jones is the undisputed champion. Let me tell you what we have evidence of. Tom Aspinall is the interim champion. Now, while we fiercely adhere to whatever rules we make up as we go, historically speaking, the interim champion fights the undisputed champion. Like an interim champion does mean one thing historically, which is you're the number one contender. And we're now in a discussion where that isn't true, where an interim championship might actually be defended. And that's the part where I got to tell you, I don't buy it. There isn't two options for Jon Jones. There is for Tom. In fact, for Tom, there's 3 and 4 and 5 options. Jon Jones will be offered a fight with Tom, or he cannot fight at all. And when you're a prize fighter, electing to not fight does not make you good at negotiating. It makes you unemployed. And Jon Jones has done great. But Jon Jones has not made walkaway money. He just simply isn't at a point in his life or career that he's going to be walking away. And when you understand, he only is given one option. Like if he holds out for Tom and doesn't come to the table, they're not going to go, all right, well, how about you fight Curtis Blades? Or how about Almeida comes in? Or how about we take a look at you and Surreal again and see if Surreal will try a second time. Like, those aren't the options. So the UFC has a colossal card up its sleeve. And the colossal card to pull. You guys got to understand, what works in the pros isn't something sophisticated. It's the same things that worked on the playground. Whatever it was that got you and your classmates talking about going and watching so-and-so at 3 o'clock behind the shed, like whatever that was, it's the same thing that carries over to the pros. You're dealing with the same market of classmates. You just call them peers. You just call them consumers. It's the same thing. And the UFC could pull the card of stripping Jon Jones, of making Tom the undisputed champion without ever having to throw a punch. Or if Tom is going to go out there and fight and defend, it will not be a defense of the interim belt. It could be a defense for the vacated undisputed belt. And I'm not sharing with you that I predict for you we're getting to that point. I'm reminding you that we aren't to that point. And we aren't to that point because the UFC, which is the middlemen, they're the ones negotiating. They're hearing the tones. Dana knows in certain tones, not just your words, how close you are to coming to the table to getting a fight done. And it would seem as though he believes this is still manageable. This is still obtainable. And this whole idea that Jon Jones is holding this up or Jon Jones is not going to fight Tom, at this point, you don't have that evidence. And it's nothing more right now than speculation.